Welcome back to CoinAgeEra, the world where coins speak history, and every old piece of metal hides a forgotten story of pride and civilization. Today we're taking you on a journey deep into the heart of Turkey, a land of empires, revolutions, and rebirth through a small but powerful symbol, the 1975 Turkish 50 Kurus coin. At first glance, it's just a coin, round, metallic, shining faintly with age. But when you look closer, you begin to see the story of an entire nation engraved on its surface. The story of faith, resilience, and transformation. Let's travel back in time. The year is 1923. The Ottoman Empire, once one of the mightiest empires in human history, had collapsed after centuries of rule. From its ruins rose a new nation, the Republic of Turkey, under the leadership of the great reformer, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. His vision was clear: to turn Turkey into a modern, strong, independent state rooted in progress but proud of its traditions. For decades that followed, the Turkish people worked tirelessly to rebuild their homeland, reform education, empower women, and modernize their industries. By the 1970s, Turkey stood at a crossroads between the old and the new, between the echoes of history and the pulse of modern life. It was in this very era that the 197550 Kurus coin was born, not merely as currency, but as a symbol of identity for the Turkish Republic. The obverse side of the coin is perhaps one of the most beautiful and meaningful designs in Turkish numismatic history. It features the serene portrait of a Turkish woman wearing a traditional Anatolian dress and headscarf decorated with intricate floral patterns. Her expression is calm, proud, and full of dignity. This was not the portrait of a queen or a ruler. It was the face of every Turkish woman, the mother, the daughter, the worker, the teacher, who carried the nation forward with courage and grace. Around her portrait, meaning Republic of Turkey, this design carried a strong message. In a world where many coins displayed kings and emperors, Turkey chose to honor the strength of its women, the real builders of the nation. It was a tribute to those who nurtured families, educated generations, and stood beside men during the country's transformation. The woman on the coin stands as a living symbol of Turkey's cultural heritage and modern ideals, blending tradition with progress. Now turn the coin over, and you'll see another story, one carved in symbols of hope. The reverse side displays the denomination 50 Kurus, surrounded by olive and wheat branches tied together in harmony. These are not random designs. The wheat represents hard work, sustenance, and the strength of Turkish agriculture, which was the backbone of the nation for centuries. The olive branch, on the other hand, has been a symbol of peace and wisdom since ancient times, reminding the people that real strength lies not in war, but in unity and harmony. Above these two symbols shines the crescent moon and star, the eternal emblem of Turkey, glowing like a guardian of the nation. The crescent and star have been part of Turkish identity for hundreds of years, representing faith, hope, and guidance through darkness. Together, these three, the wheat, the olive branch, and the crescent, tell a story of balance, the strength of work, the blessing of peace, and the light of belief. This coin was struck in copper nickel, giving it a soft silver hue that symbolized Turkey's growing industry and modernization. It weighed around 6 grams, and its 26 millimeters diameter made it both elegant and easy to carry. But its value was never limited to money. It was art, heritage, and national pride combined into a single piece. The year 1975 itself was a significant time for Turkey, a period of global change, economic challenges, and political transitions. Yet even through uncertainty, coins like this one reminded people of their shared identity and strength. Imagine the millions of hands it passed through, merchants in busy Istanbul markets, farmers in Anatolian fields, students buying their first notebooks, travelers boarding trains, each one unknowingly touching a small piece of history. Over time, as new currencies were introduced and the Turkish lira was revalued, many of these coins disappeared from daily life. But collectors, historians, and admirers still keep them safe, polishing them not just for their shine, but for their story. Today, this coin holds a special place in Turkish numismatic collections, symbolizing an age of pride, cultural beauty, and transformation. The 1975 50 Kurus coin may not be made of gold or silver, but its true worth lies in its symbolism. It reminds us that nations are not built by rulers alone, they are built by people, by the hands that work the fields, the hearts that teach, the minds that dream, and the courage that endures. When you hold this coin, you're holding more than metal. You're holding the spirit of a people who turn struggle into strength, tradition into progress, and hope into reality. You're holding a voice from the past that whispers, "We survived. We evolved. We remain proud." So if this coin rests in your collection today, cherish it, because you're not just a collector, you're a guardian of history. This is the 1975 Turkish 50 Kurus, a timeless treasure, a national emblem, and a story that continues to live through those who remember it. Thank you for watching CoinAgeEra, where every coin is a storyteller of history, pride, and human legacy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this is where coins come alive and history finds its voice once again.